again. This is Lee, and welcome to my YouTube channel. And we're going to continue my 1967 replay. Just completed the AFL championship game, which was won by the Oakland Raiders, 27-14 over the New York Jets. The next game is the NFL championship, which will match the Washington Redskins against the Chicago Bears. Both teams won in upsets in the previous week, the conference championship games, both Eastern and Western. Redskins with the big upset, defeating Cleveland 21-17 in Cleveland, and the Bears holding on to defeat the Baltimore Colts 17-12 at Wrigley Field. So we're going to go ahead and set this one up. Don't recall if there was any injuries for either team to be on the lookout for, but let's go ahead and pull this up. Overall team ratings, slight edge to the Bears. In real life, both of these teams were right around the 500 mark. The Redskins were a little bit less than that. The Bears were right at 500. So both teams definitely outperforming their real life counterparts. For the Redskins, the big key there is the play of Sonny Jurgensen and the Redskins passing attack. They've got some great skill players on that side of the ball. A.D. Whitfield at running back. You've got Jerry Smith, the tight end. You've got Charlie Taylor at wideout, along with Bobby Mitchell, the veteran receiver / running back. So Redskins are loaded offensively. Defensively, they're a little more suspect. That's really the Bears' strength, is on defense, and that's where the Bears are probably in a game like this would be favored to win. But we'll see how that shakes out when we look at the odds. And both teams pretty much run a standard offense and defense for the era. So let's go ahead and analyze the game. Bears are favored by 6. Most of that's probably, again, the home field advantage, coupled with the fact that the Bears a little bit more of a balanced team on paper. That doesn't necessarily equate to winning on the field, but again, that's how it looks right now from the outside looking in. So the Bears are going to be favored, and the over/under is 37. And I believe the temperature, this is going to be a very, very cold game, if I'm not mistaken. Let me go look at that again. Yeah, -9 degrees. That's insane. So we'll see what if any effect that has on the ball game. Let's go ahead and watch live. Let's check injuries. Looks like John Love at the end of the season was out for the Redskins, so we'll see if he plays today. He plays multiple positions for the Redskins, so even if he's out at wide receiver, he's their kicker, and he also returns kicks and punts. So we'll definitely see him out there. Bears are fully healthy for this game at Wrigley Field. So let's go ahead and let's kick it off. So Dick Gordon gets a nice return of 33 yards up to the 32. That's where the Bears will take over, first down.
Second down.
All right, so Gale Sayers gets a 4-yard gain on first down.
Third down.
Continue to give him the ball, but that time it was snuffed out. John Rutkins came up to make the tackle. So now it's 3rd and long. They do a draw play. Sayers again. This time he's got an opening, and he gets 12 yards and a first down for Chicago. So Bears off to a good start here. Quick screen pass.
Second down.
That's Stopel.
Third down.
So Concannon throwing out to the left to Johnny Morris, incomplete. Shorter on the defense. And
Fourth down.
3rd down attempt is incomplete as well. So the Bears will bring in their punting unit. See the score there at the bottom. The Raiders beating the Jets earlier in the AFL title game. So that's who will await the winner of this game in Super Bowl II, which we played at the Orange Bowl in Miami.
Second down.
So Jurgensen's first attempt is incomplete. Intended for Charlie Taylor. This time they keep it on the ground to 80 Whitfield. He only gets 2. Coming up to make the tackle there is Butkus. And now it's 3rd down and long.
Incomplete. 4th down.
Penalty on the
There's
play.
a penalty on the play.
Interference. Defense.
Big penalty against the Bears, so the Redskins will keep the ball. 1st down.
1st down.
And a completion to Bobby Mitchell. I'm going to turn off the commentary here in a second just because I guess if I'm going to run my mouth, we probably don't need to hear the commentary. Let's see, how do we do that? Yeah, okay. I'll get that next time.
3rd
Quick
down.
little pass to Bobby Mitchell there. Let's go to audio. And we'll turn that off real quick. We'll come back and turn that on later. All right. So we just saw that play. Now it's 3rd and 4. Wow, over the middle to Jerry Smith. Big gain for the Redskins deep into Bears territory. 31 yards out of bounds. 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line for Washington. But they do get a penalty here at a false start. So they'll back them up 5 yards. And now it's 1st and 15. Jurgensen to throw. He's got Mitchell again. Mitchell for 9 yards this time. Gentry up to make the tackle. 2nd down at 6. Oh, and a fumble. Jerry Allen loses the ball. The Bears recover it, but it looks like Doug Buffone either made the tackle or recovered the fumble. But the Bears have the football, and on 1st down, Concannon is sacked. So they lose 4. Now they're really backed up to their own end, so this may end up working in the Redskins' favor after all, unless the Bears can get out of this hole. Nice run by Sayers there for 8 yards. Brings up a 3rd and 6. And the pass intended for Jim Jones is incomplete, so it's 4th down, so the Bears will have to punt. So the Redskins missed a chance to score on that last drive with the turnover, but they're going to take over here with really good field position, right about midfield. Say it's the 49-yard line. And Jurgensen's throw to 80 Whitfield is incomplete, so it's 2nd and 10. And misses the mark again, but the flag's on the play. And it's on the Redskins. Bears are going to take it. That'll back the Redskins up 2nd down and 25, so they take the yards, not the down. The Bears do. And that paid off, because now with the incomplete pass, it's now 3rd and 25 for the Redskins. They're not going in the right direction here. Jurgensen to throw. Over the middle, he has Smith, but he's well short of the 1st down. So that'll bring up 4th down. And they're going to bring in the punting unit again. It's Pat Richter to punt. See if they can pin the Bears deep again. Pretty good kick inside the 10-yard line, it looks like. So that's where the Bears will take over. Wow, from their own 7. So it really pinned them deep. Here's a give to Sayers. Sayers gets some room. Gets about 5. Tackle made by Sam Huff. And here's Piccolo with the 1st down. Piccolo gets 6 yards. So the Bears get some breathing room here. They approach the 20. They keep the ball on the ground to Sayers, and Sayers gets another big hole. This time he gets 11. So move the chains again. First down, Bears. Quick pass to Denny for 4 yards. It'll be 2nd and 6. A little bit of a flea flicker, some razzle dazzle by the Bears. You don't see that very often with a George Hallis coached team, but there you go, and that's probably why you don't see it very often. It didn't work. Here's a catch by Gordon right at the first down marker, and it looks like he has it. So the Bears have another first down. Ronnie Bull in the game. And Bull gets a good 9-yard carry there around the left end, bringing up a 2nd and short. He stays in the ball game. This is a give to Piccolo, however, and he loses 3 yards. He's met right there by Jim Carroll. So now it's 3rd and 4. Quick pass out to Morris, incomplete. 4th down, and in that era, that usually means punt. Nowadays, teams would probably go for it, but not in 1967. So a little bit too much into that punt. It's going to be a touchback, 58-yard kick. Wow. So a little too good. Redskins take over at the 20. Give to Ray McDonald. There's a flag on the play. And a penalty on the Bears. It's going to move the ball 5 yards and an automatic first down for Washington. McDonald again. This time only 2 yards. He's knocked out of bounds. It'll be 2nd and 8. And that brings us to the end of the first quarter. So after one, we're scoreless in Chicago. Redskins with a slight edge on offense in terms of yardage, but other than that, we're deadlocked. Here's Whitfield off the left side, no gain. Dick Evey makes the stop, and now it's 3rd down. Jurgensen to throw, and he misses Taylor. Knocked away there by Benny McCray. So the Redskins now 4th and 8. They're going to have to punt. So far, it's been a punt fest, except for the one turnover by the Redskins. When they were driving, they looked like they were at least going to get a field goal. And then the fumble. So we're scoreless right now. Here's a long pass over the middle, but it's incomplete. Looks like he overthrew Dick Gordon. So it'll be 2nd down and 10. Pitch out to Sayers, and he's stopped immediately. Sam Huff coming up there to make the stop. 3rd down and 12. And he threw it behind Gordon, incomplete. So now it's 4th down, and now the Bears will punt. Green gets off a pretty good one. It's going to be returned. And Ricky Harris gets up to the 32. So Redskins come out passing. And nobody was there. Richter was in the area, but that pass was way, way long. So now 2nd down and 10. Quick up the middle run. Pete Larson for 3. So it'll be 3rd down. Quick pass over the middle, and he misses him. Intended for Bobby Mitchell. Knocked away by Curtis Gentry. So bring in the punter again. Three and outs and 3 and outs. It's pretty much back and forth. Neither team doing much on offense here in the first half. You figure something's got to break here sooner or later. Sayers runs off the right side for 6. Brings up a 2nd and 4. Quick pass over the middle to Denny. And he's got the first down. Concannon hits Gordon. He's to the 35-30, 25-20, 15, and stopped right around the 12-yard line. Big play of 54 yards from Concannon to Dick Gordon. So the Bears are now threatening. A pitch out to Ronnie Bull. He's got room. He's going to make it. Touchdown. He skipped past that last defender, made it into the end zone. A 12-yard run, and Chicago strikes first with under 10 minutes to go in the first half. And there's the extra point by Mac Percival. And Chicago is up 7-0. Love on the return. Pretty good one. Up to the 38. So the Redskins will start in pretty good field position here. Okay, sorry for the technical difficulties. I think we lost connection there for a moment, so I'll have to splice some things together to make this one upload when it's done. Meanwhile, back in the action here, the Redskins, another 3 and out, so they are not doing anything here on offense, and that's been their strength all year, has been their offense being able to move the football, but they are not. It's not happening today against this Bear defense. Concannon out to Gordon for 6. Bears have a 2nd down and 4. And Sayers had some room to run, but it looks like he must have slipped on the turf there. But he got the first down. And a big strike to Gordon down the right sideline, 25 yards and a first down. Big play there. And a great pass from Concannon to Gordon. You're going to throw again on first down. And that pass was intended for Stopel. Incomplete. Owens there on the coverage for Washington. Here's a reverse to Stopel, and Stopel's got some running room, and he may have the first down. I believe he does. So first down, 10-yard run there for Terry Stopel. The Bears have the ball now at the 32, and they're going to throw the ball again. They're not being conservative here. And there's Gordon into the end zone for the touchdown. 31 yards from Jack Concannon to Dick Gordon. And the Bears have extended their lead to 13-0. And we'll see here if Percival can make it 14. And he does. 14-0 Chicago. They are closing in on what would be their first, well, it'd be the first NFL championship for either one of these teams, at least since 51. In real life, both teams won championships in the 40s. But neither team has been back since at this point from as of 1967. And certainly in this replay from 51, neither team has been to a league championship game. So this will be a first championship win for either one of these teams, with a chance to go on to the Super Bowl and play the best of the AFL, the Oakland Raiders. That should be interesting. The AFL has long not been considered a league that's up to the standards of the NFL, either in real life or even in this one. I don't, but they surprised me in '66. The Jets gave the Cowboys everything they could handle, took them to overtime before finally the Cowboys were able to pull it out. This year, I wouldn't be overly confident in the NFL team, whoever emerges here, because number one, these aren't the two best teams record-wise in the NFL. Although the Bears, I think, were the second best team. Meanwhile, the Raiders were consistently good all year in the AFL. They were pretty much the top of the line till the very end. The Jets sort of eclipsed them record-wise. That's why they got to be the home team. But we'll see how that goes. Looking forward to that. So we're at the 2-minute mark here in the first half. Bears have the ball, 3rd and 8. Pass out to Denny. He gets close to the first down, but not quite there. So on 4th down, I would assume, they're going to bring in the punter. So Bobby Joe Green will kick this away. The Redskins will get one more opportunity here before halftime to try to get some points. Let's see if they play conservative or if they try to go for a score. They're within the 20, so I wouldn't be surprised if they do play conservative. But they do come out passing. Otto Graham throwing caution to the wind here, figuring down by 2 touchdowns.
Offense.
And could be their last game. So penalty backs them up even further. And they try to run the ball here, losing a yard. Another flag on the play.
Illegal block.
And again, it's on the Redskins. Things are not going well for Washington right now. So they back up. And Whitfield gets the ball again. Nowhere to go. I'm surprised they're not trying to throw the ball, but at this point, I guess they're just going to go ahead, sit on it, and let the half run out. Probably smart. Bears use their timeout. Okay. So let's see what the Bears try to do. They're going to get good field position, so that's not a bad move. Hallis figuring they can try to get a score here. 36 seconds. Well, it's down to 30. They got all 3 timeouts. Let's see what happens. And remember, with that goalpost on the goal line, you don't have to kick it as far to make the field goal. Ooh, just over the outstretched hands of Aldad. So now it's 3rd and 7. 18 seconds to go. They're definitely going deep. Oh, and he finds Gordon. Gordon with a big play, 22 yards out of bounds, stops the clock at the 17 of Washington. So the Bears are going to try. They're going to try to get a little closer here. That clock is now down to 6 seconds after the completion to Morris. Percival has a 62% chance from this range, and he nails it. So the Bears extend their lead. Good clock management there in the final seconds to eke out some additional points, and the Bears go to halftime up 17-0, and they're dominating this game. 260 yards in total offense versus 95 for the Redskins. This is not going well for Washington. So they're going to need to make some adjustments if they are going to have a chance to try to pull this out. So McDonald goes out.
False start. Offense.
Not going well. Third down for the Redskins here, and another incomplete pass. So really, not any better for them here in the second half so far. Here's the punt. Okay, sorry, I was away for a moment. So McDonald's is back in the game. It's fourth down. All right, so back to the action here. About 10.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Redskins still struggling. Bears have the ball. Looks like there's a flag on the play. Probably will negate this run.
procedure.
Yep, legal procedure on Chicago.
Offense.
So it's not as though the Bears' offense has been flawless. Obviously, they're not, moving the ball with ease either. But it's really been the play of the Bears defense and the fact that the Redskin offense just can't get moving here in this ball game. They're being shut out completely, which I didn't expect. I was expecting a much closer game, but right now the Bears are in control. They will punt the ball here, however, after failing on third down. Green to kick, gets it away. And that'll be knocked out of bounds. So Jurgensen comes out firing, but there's a flag on the play immediately. Let's see.
Interference.
It's going to be against Chicago. Pass interference, so that'll move the Redskins up with a first down. They haven't had many of those. It's getting sloppy here, second half.
Offense.
Redskins are backed up now, 1st and 25. Yes, holding was a 15-yard penalty back in '67, so that was not an easy penalty to overcome. Now it's 2nd and 25. A run to Jerry Allen. He's stopped. Another flag. And this is on Chicago, so the Redskins get a break. They'll get an automatic first down. Allen again. This time he loses a yard. Ed Obradovich is there to stop him. 2nd down and 11. Another flag. He finds Allen, but let's see what the penalty is.
Offsides.
It's on the Bears
Defense.
again. All right. So the Redskins getting some breaks here, but that they're probably, I would assume they decline that. It's 1st and 10. Now it's 2nd and 10 after the incomplete pass to Smith. And Jerry Allen gets a first down. And I wonder if the weather at all plays a factor in this game. I know it does. I just don't know how much of a factor it plays. When it's this cold, I just don't know if that has a factor or plays a factor in either offense or defense, um, and how well the teams play. I would imagine it helps the defenses more than the offenses, but who knows? Well, that's a big one. So Smith goes out. Looks like he may be back, but that would be a huge loss for the Redskins the longer he's out of the game. 3rd and 3. Redskins trying to at least get on the scoreboard here. And they come up short on 3rd down, so now it's 4th down. The question is, do you go for it? You're down 17-0? Well, they're going to try for a field goal. Kind of surprising here. And he misses it. He only had a 23% chance of making it, and he was wide left. So, questionable call there for Otto Graham. I would have probably gone for it there on 4th and 3, down 17 points in the second half. But nevertheless, they attempt the field goal. They miss it. The Bears take over, and remains a shutout. So Concannon was trying to get a long one there to Stopel. Incomplete. It's now 3rd and 6. All right, so the punt here by the Bears. And it'll be taken by Love. He stopped at the 35. So we have just under 5 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. Smith is back in the game for Washington, so that's a good thing for them. They come out firing. Whitfield on the screen to the right. Gets 5 yards. Tackled by Rosie Taylor. 2nd down and 5. There he was going for Smith, but he missed his target. And it's now 3rd and 5. Incomplete again. This one for Bobby Mitchell. And it's 4th down. Yeah, they're going to kick the ball. And a fair catch made there by Dick Gordon. So the Bears will take over. And they are in the driver's seat here. And they're not playing conservative. I notice they're still throwing the football. There's a penalty. And it's a personal foul on the Redskins. That's a big penalty. So that'll move the Bears up to the 42, a 15-yarder. And a 1st down. Gale Sayers gets a 4-yard gain on 1st down. He runs out of bounds. 2nd down and 6 for the Bears. Another quick pass. This one to Denny. And Denny gets beyond the 1st down marker into Redskins territory at the 40-yard line. So Bears in good shape here on the Redskins side of the field, trying to add on to their lead. And Concannon hits Sayers over the middle for 5 for being taken down by Ricky Harris. As a quick pass to Stopel was knocked down by Shorter, incomplete. So now it's 3rd down for the Bears. They keep it on the ground to Piccolo. And he's going to be short of the first down by a couple yards. So let's see what the Bears decide to do here. They are going to try for the field goal. It's about a 50-50 shot for Percival. And he's got it. So Mac Percival, his second field goal of the game. And he extends the Bears' lead now to 20-0. With just over a minute to go in the third quarter. The Redskins, they've got a mountain to climb here if they hope to go to Miami. Pass out to McDonald. It's got a first down, so that's a good thing for the Redskins. McDonald is hurt, and he may not be back. So Whitfield gets the reception on this play. And that's the end of the third quarter, so we go to the final quarter here in Chicago. And the Bears are dominating 20-0. Rough day for Sonny Jurgensen for sure. Third down and 5 for Washington. Jurgensen to throw again, a screen pass to Allen. He drops down immediately and loses yards, so the Redskins will have to punt. So the Bears take over 1st and 10 at the 10. Sayers has nowhere to go. He's taken down a loss of a yard on the play. 2nd down and 11. You got to figure the Bears are going to try to be conservative here, and they do keep it on the ground with Bull. Off the left side, he gets about 5. So bring up a 3rd and 6. Cannon running. He's not going to escape. He's sacked. Chris Hamburger got him. And the Bears will be forced to punt. So the Redskins aren't giving up easily, at least not their defense. So Love gets it out near close to midfield. Redskins are going to need to score fast. Time is running out. Here's a quick pass out to Mitchell. First down. There's a flag on the play.
Ineligible receiver downfield. Offense.
And that's going to hurt. So that'll back them up. What was a big play to Mitchell gets called back. And they answer right back, though. This time he goes to the right side and finds Taylor for 27. No flags. I feel like I have to say that now. No flags. Jerry Allen with no gain. Butkus making the play on that one. Redskins now going no huddle. Jurgensen to throw. And he overthrows Mitchell, which brings up a 3rd down. 3rd and 10. Incomplete intended for Smith. Let's see if they go for it here or if they at least try to get some points on the board. They are going to try for the field goal. From here, he's only about 27%. He did get it, I think, or no, is it just wide left? He missed it. Looked like he may have had it, but it was off to the left. And the Redskins remain scoreless here in the 4th quarter. And barring a miracle, it would seem that the Bears are going to advance. Things are going their way right now. And now they're just going to play conservative. Try to take some time off the clock. Sayers gets the first down. And they are keeping the ball on the ground. See if he stayed in bounds. He did, so the clock continues to run. Bears with a 4-yard gain, 2nd down and 6. This time they go to the right side to Sayers. He gets 3. So we'll bring up a 3rd and 3. Sayers breaks it to the left, and he just gets the 1st down. They went up the middle and broke it to the outside and got what he needed to for the 1st down, Chicago. So the clock continues to move. The chains continue to move down the field, and the Bears are eating away at the Redskins' at chances of ever coming back in this game.
Defense.
So after the penalty, the Bears take over 1st and 5. They get a 2-yard run from Ronnie Bull. Brings up a 2nd down and 3. Keeping the ball on the ground. This time it's Piccolo. He's got a 1st down. Bull up the middle for 3. And this is tremendous discipline on the part of the Bears play calling. Keeping the ball on the ground. 3rd down and 8. Now they're going to throw it. But it was an easy high percentage throw. Denny gets 5, short of the 1st down. But again, that clock continues to run. So the Bears are going to punt. But from where they're kicking, it looks like they should be able to pin the Redskins pretty far down there. Let's see where this go in the up. It went into the end zone for a touchback after all. Still, the Redskins, with just 4 minutes to go, they're going to have to go 80 yards to get on the scoreboard. And they're going to have to do that somehow 3 times if they hope to win this game.
Offense.
All right. Well, Bears decline, so it'll be 4th down. And at this point, the Redskins probably don't have any choice but to punt. That's pretty much conceding it right there. So about a little over 3.5 minutes to go. The Bears have the football. They're going to start to again run down the clock. Oh, there's a flag here, so this will stop the clock.
Illegal block.
Legal block on the part of the Bears. I want to see how many penalties we've had in this game. It's been a really sloppy game for a championship game. Let's see, penalties. Yeah, both teams have had 8 penalties. That's a lot. That's a lot. You don't usually see it that bad. Especially two good teams, or at least they've been playing good.
Incidental face mask. Defense.
There's another penalty. All right, no flags. We can go to the next down. Here's Piccolo with a big run and gets a 1st down, and he stays in bounds. So the clock continues to tick. The Redskins are going to go ahead and use timeouts, I guess. Sayers up the middle for 5. Redskins use their 2nd timeout, so they're down to their last one. And with Bull off the left side with a gain of 8, he's going to get the 1st down, and this game is over. The Redskins call their final timeout. Well, let's see. Here's the penalty on the Bears.
False start. Offense.
Give to Sayers. And that should take it down to the 2-minute warning. does. So 2 minutes to go. Chicago 20, Washington 0. This has been a dominant performance on the part of the Bears. Bull gets some room off the right side there. Gains 8. Brings up a 3rd and 3. Clock continues to run. It's maybe down to the final play of the game here. And for the heck of it, the Bears are going to attempt a field goal. Kind of rubbing salt in the wounds a little bit, but here you go. And Percival's been perfect today. 32-yard field goal. That's his 3rd. Giving the Bears a 23-0 advantage here in the closing seconds. Short kick taken by Love. Let's see if there's any time left here. Redskins will have 24 seconds, no timeouts. See if they can avoid a shutout. Doesn't look like that's going to happen, but we'll get at least maybe 2 more snaps here. Disappointing day for Sonny Jurgensen, that's for sure. That pass was incomplete. Looked like it might have been intercepted. Bears just knocked it down. And this should be the final play. And Jurgensen's going to throw it as far as he can. And he gets the completion to Mitchell. But that's going to do it. That's just going to add some stats. They're not going to get that final snap. So game's over. The Bears have advanced. They are going to Super Bowl II. Player of the game was Dick Gordon. He had 6 catches for 144 yards. Let's go ahead and take a look at the stats here. And again, just Bears just completely dominated. If you look at the running game, almost 200 yards rushing versus 19 for the Redskins. Redskins could barely average over a yard a carry. Passing yards for the Bears, same as their running yards. The total yards was 374 versus 255. Again, just a nightmarish outing for the future Hall of Famer Sonny Jurgensen. Definitely not his best game. It was a sloppy game. It was only that one turnover in the first half the Redskins had when the game was still scoreless, and the Redskins looked like they were about to score first. And then they had the fumble, and I think it was Buffon that recovered it, and the rest. That was it. That was the closest the Redskins really ever got to scoring. They had one field goal attempt that was no good, but just the one turnover. But lots of penalties by both teams. Really sloppy. You can see all the punts, and neither team doing all that great on 3rd down. So a lot of back and forth. But let's go ahead and take a look at the stats here. Get 16 of 40 for Sonny Jurgensen. No touchdowns, no picks. But not his best outing. Jack Concannon, he's been efficient. Not great, but efficient. Good enough to sort of captain the Bears to the big game. He's going to be there. He's going to be the starting quarterback for the Bears when they face the Raiders in Miami. There you go. Rushing yards, Gale Sayers, he eclipsed 100 yards on 23 carries. Ronnie Bull had 56 yards. Piccolo did pretty well too. Picked up 3 key first downs for them. And then Stopel, the tight end, had a reverse play there that he gained 10 yards on. And this might be the story of the game here is just, the Redskins could not get things going at all on the ground. They were just stopped cold, everything they tried to do. The receivers, Mitchell led the Redskin receivers with 84 yards, 4 receptions. For the Bears, it was Dick Gordon. Again, he's the player of the game for the Bears. 6 catches, 144 yards. He had the 1 touchdown. So big game for him. Looking at defense, top player for the Bears was Richie Pettibone. Let's look at the Redskins. It was Chris Hamburger. Actually, Jim Carroll, Brig Owens all had 10 tackles each, but Hamburger had 2 sacks, so he was definitely the star of the Redskins defense. So I wanted to see too, who was the player on the Redskins that did have the fumble. Yeah, that was Jerry Allen. So unfortunately for Allen, he did lose the ball on that fumble. So that was a key turnover early on that kind of set the game on its course. So the Bears 23-0 over Washington. Let's go ahead and look at achievements real quick. I don't think I did this on the AFL game, but you can see, Jurgensen touchdown passing streak ended at 15 games. Jerry Smith had a streak of 100 yards receiving, ending at 4 games. So a lot of good stuff the Redskins were doing ended here at Wrigley Field. They're not in Soldier Field yet. It's a few more years. But again, the Bears really performed well and earned the victory. So 23-0. Let's go out here and look at the bracket. And we're going to see a Super Bowl matchup between the Raiders and the Bears. And that will be in Miami. So now it shows the Bears as the home team, but technically it's going to be the Raiders for the home team. And let me go ahead and set that up now because it shows as that this being a dome game, and it won't be a dome. It's going to be outdoors, and in Miami, it's probably going to be about 60 degrees, I would say, in January. And it's going to look like this. The Bears will be in white, the Raiders will be in black, and that's going to be your Super Bowl right there at the Orange Bowl. So we'll look forward to that. I'll get that done here in the next few days, and that'll wrap it up for the 1967 season. So thanks for watching.